What's going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend as usual and also working throughout the weekday like usual as well. Compete for Madden League Season 77 playoffs. That's right, we got championship week, the AFC championship game and the NFC championship game. You'll see four teams, Bengals, Ravens, Lions, and Eagles, for the better Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes right here live on Valley Live and Stadium Sports Network, Watch Stadium Sports app, also on YouTube and Twitch. As we get you set for Wild Card weekend here in the National Football League. Yes, the Wild Card round going down this weekend. 6 games coming up. We'll get into all of it right here live on Valley Live and Stadium Sports Network and the Watch Stadium Sports app, YouTube, and Twitch. As we put the sports and esports and it's the intersection of sports and gaming right here live on Valley Sports and Stadium Sports Network. All right, we'll come inside here live here at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant here live at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant here in beautiful Bayonne, New Jersey, right here on Broadway, Midtown, man. Yes, we're talking about authentic Mexican restaurant, man, and this is just great food, great atmosphere, affordable drinks, happy hour 2 to 6, and you can see we're live on a Tuesday. That means you get the mariachi shows, and my guys are standing by doing a great job. You got DJs here. I was here last Saturday, was here for New Year's Eve as well. Just a great atmosphere. Like we said, great drinks, great food, all the games on the TVs, man. The Golden Eagle, it has landed right here, El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, live right here in Bayonne, New Jersey. All right, let's go ahead and bring in my player from another mother. There he is. Our QB of the program, the quarterback, is Jerod Guarantano, former University of Tennessee volunteer and NFL quarterback, Jay Jeezy of the Heezy for Sheezy 2025, baby. What's up with you?
Dog, appreciate you for having me again this week, brother. Excited to talk some football, watch some Madden play.
Always, man. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started, man. Are you ready for 2025? Has it been good to you so far in these first 5 or 6 days?
Yeah, I'm grateful for everything that's happened. Big year on the way. Hopefully I can get more action with the Madden crew and everything, but they're just excited for the year.
I'm going to tell you a little secret here. It's just between you and I and the rest of the world that's watching. You're on whenever the hell you want to be on, brother. So it's your gig. You earned the gig.
2025 is going to be a great year now.
It's going to be a great year. Great year. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get this thing started as we get set here. Let's talk about the rules here for FIFA Madden League Season 77. All Madden competitive game style. Head-to-head current rosters. We like to call those ranch and regular teams. 5-minute quarters. Single elimination format. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here. Let's take a look real quickly at the pricing. Yeah, because it's all about that money. $300 guaranteed. First place, $150. And an NFL licensed zip chair, folks. Go to zipchair.com. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. Offers furniture, you name it, sofas, gaming desks. They got all 32 NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, and also NCAA teams as well. And also, if you got any custom pieces, they can get that for you as well. Check them out, zipchair.com. Second place, $75. Third place, $50. And fourth place rolls up out this piece with $25 in cash. How about the brackets? Let's go ahead and take a look right in the center there. And we'll start real quickly on the AFC side. We got the 5-time defending champ, actually 6-time defending champ, 4 in Madden and 2 in college football. OG 2K playing with the Ravens, and Level Scar has been leveling up the game here recently in the last couple of months, playing with the Bengals. That should be a good one. And then in the second hour, you'll see the Lions and the Eagles. All right, let's take a look real quickly at the player profiles. And we'll start with, we were just talking about him, Level Scar, a.k.a. Christian Romero from right here in Jersey. He's a Jersey boy, Elizabeth, New Jersey, right over there where the airport is located, the Newark Airport, technically right there in Elizabeth, New Jersey. So right over 78 and the Newark, I guess we can call it Newark Bay or something like from Bayonne, New Jersey. So right around the corner from me, 38 years of age, quality control for a concrete company, and he's had multiple C4 Madden League playoff appearances. And how about the 6-time champion? His name, OG2K, government name, Nicholas Sirianni from Buffalo, New York, 18 years of age. He's a college student, and he's the Madden 24 MCS Zero Chill Tournament Finals 16. So he's won a lot of money, played very well on the big stage, and he's the 6-time defending champ. How about the Molly Pop picks, folks? As we get you set for a week, I guess we can call it week 19, right? Wild card weekend here. The NFL playoffs getting underway. Molly Pop picks, Molly Pop grapes. Grapes as sweet as candy, folks. Molly Pop taking the world by sweet store with the pink bag promise. There's good, and then there's Molly Good. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. I'm still in first place. Andrew Richmond holding it down the second spot, basically just 3 games behind me. And how about Jerry Guarantano? He's winning 83% of his games, 5-1 on fire here in the Compete Forever Madden League with his picks on the games. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody in. Let's take a talk. And look at our girl, Andrea Richmond. Peace up. A down. She is down in the A-Town. All right, A-Rich. This is a good one right here. Level Scar been playing well. He's got the Bengals. We know OG2K, 6-time champ, playing with the Ravens. All right, who you got? You got Who Days or you got the Flock?
I mean, always shout out to my boy Level Scar. Of course, we're both brother and sister in tragedy because we're both Jets fans, but we all know who's gonna win. It's the guy that's won time and how many ever times again. I'm going with the OG until he gets beaten. I'm not sure who else I should pick. Going OG2K, man.
Until further notice, I think that's a very good pick. JG, what say you? You got Bengals or you got the dudes from Charm City?
I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but my first stream ever, my first game ever was this exact same game. And I was sticking super loyal to Level Scar, right?
That's the only loss you've had.
Listen, I'm 5-1 or 6-1, whatever I am. And the only loss I had came from this game. I will not do it again. OG2K for the win. Got to get to 6-1, 7-1, continue the record. Sorry, Level Scar.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. We talk about it all the time, dude. I got burnt as well trying to pick against OG2K, and I said I'll never do it again until he actually loses. Time. So yeah, I'm not going to go down that road again. Give me OG2K, but I'm telling you, folks, I would not be mad or upset if Level Scar did it for jurors.
Larry, he has 9 chairs. He can't lose.
His house is made of chairs.
What do we do? He has 10 chairs around his house. He eats dinner off those chairs now.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Recorder, he sits in a different chair. Like at this point,
whatever he switches every day. Whatever feels more comfortable.
Right. No, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'm still gonna go ahead and stick with OG2K. I just think he's done too much, and yeah, 6-0. You have to lose the game. So give me OG2K. Andrew Richmond will be, of course, doing the post-game interviews and conducting the interview with the winner at the conclusion of this game. Also, we'll get set for a week, the wild card week here for the National Football League. Level Scar, the Bengals, OG2K, Ravens Flock. Quote the Ravens nevermore. Let's go ahead and lock it up, guys. Let's do it here live on Valley Live and Stadium Sports Network, YouTube, and also Twitch, right here live from El Aguila Dorado Restaurant on a Tuesday night. Lock it up, folks, and may the best man win. Somebody's moving on to the Super Bowl next week. Good luck, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's a good one right here. And, I like this, JG. How about the Bengals and Level Scar, bottom of the screen with the hood on the green jacket. OG2K in the middle there, playing with the Ravens on defense. So Level Scar with the ball first. And how about the icy whites there, JG? You like that?
I like the icy whites. He went in a 1-by-3 formation, sacked first play. That's not what you like to see.
Not what you like to see early on, but first play. Wow, lost 10 yards there, so second down and 20. You're right. Not what you like to see. Second down and 20 coming up. Let's go ahead and bring in Andrew Richmond here as we get started here, live here from El Aguila Dorado Restaurant here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Guys, let's go ahead and get started here. Of course, we just saw what happened with the National Football League, 17 weeks. 17 games. The season is over now. The coaches are being let go. We're starting to see a lot of that with the National Football League here. We'll start with Jerod Mayo, the firing there with the New England Patriots. Very tough situation there for the New England Patriots. Just 4 wins this season. We saw what they did, of course, last year. Same deal, 4 wins as well. So back-to-back 4-13 seasons. Handpicked by Robert Kraft. Didn't really get it done. Wasn't really dealt the best hand, if you know what I mean. Had a first-year offensive coordinator, first-year defensive coordinator, first-time GM. So the first coach, one of the first coaches to go was Sunday night with Jerod Mayo and the New England Patriots, 4-13. Same record as Bill Belichick on a Black Monday, before Black Monday. Felt bad for him. Elliott Wolf, the GM, he stays. Your thoughts here on the Patriots, man? I feel bad for him. Made some mistakes with the media. talked about burning cash, said they were going to win more than 4 games and whatever they won last year, had some missteps, but I thought he should have been given a second year. Will not receive that. Your thoughts here, JT, on Jerod Mayo being let go, a former Vol at your school?
I don't completely agree with the decision, right? I mean, you look at all the factors that were presented for him at the beginning of the year. Like you said, it was a tough situation when whether you talk offensive coordinator, GM, first-year quarterback. And to be honest, throughout all that, I don't think he was the one that was saying, hey, Drake May can't start. It was probably from the top down that they were saying Jacoby Brissett had to take the reins and get under his belt for a few starts. But I don't believe in really any head coach getting fired after 1 year, whether that's talking about how they have to change the culture, whether that's talking about how the players have to react to a first-year or first-time offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, with whether that is the stunts or whatever that is. It's just different, right? So I don't really agree with that per se. And you got to give somebody more time to develop a culture with the team, right? New England Patriots are known for their culture. And when you look at it from that standpoint, 1 year is not going to get it done, especially with a rookie quarterback that's 21 years old, who actually showed a lot of bright spots, right? I think he's going to be a fantastic player. And I just think that there's more talent needed on that team for success to be had. Now, with that being said, I think that Robert Kraft kind of has an idea of who they really want the next head coach to be. I think that's Mike Vrabel because he's a longtime player there, to be honest.
In the Hall of Fame for the New England Patriots, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. But so was Jerod Mayo, but that's besides the point. I just think, obviously, Coach Vrabel has had success with the Tennessee Titans. I just think that they have something else on their mind outside of Jerod Mayo, which isn't fair to him by any means. But we'll definitely see him as a defensive coordinator somewhere around the league next year.
Yeah, Andrew, your thoughts here. My problem with it was, look, I think you have to give these coaches a little time. I mean, you can't ignore the front office. He had nobody. And now they will tell you that maybe they weren't coached up, and Elliott Wolf talked about the development, but it's like, dude, it doesn't matter how much you develop those guys. If you develop them at a top level, you may win 4 or 5 games. That's still on you guys supplying the players, AKA shopping with the groceries. He was given nothing there as far from a talent perspective, Andy.
Development supposed to happen in like 3 months? Because that's basically the timeline that he was given, unfortunately. It's unfortunate that this in particular happens to black head coaches. Let's be honest. We have the Houston situation with Lovie Smith. We also have situations with like Brian Flores. It's a quick turnaround when it comes
Steve Wilkes,
to black.
Arizona Cardinals, 1 year. Yep.
Steve Wilkes as well. There's a quick turnaround when it comes to black coaches. And you can say things like, maybe you could say Jerod Mayo, okay, there was a locker room tough where he had situations where he didn't have the locker room in complete control. Guess what?
Soft. Yep.
Called them soft. The same thing happened.
We can't do anything between the white lines that's on the players. He had some missteps, but still.
Yes,
right.
But the same thing happened to Matt Eberflus and Dennis Allen, and they were allowed. Dennis Allen, there was a whole mutiny that displayed in front of the public with Jameis Winston and that controversy with getting Jameis Williams his touchdown at the end of the year, his end of the year incentive. There was a huge blowback from that, and he was still allowed to keep his job. If you talk about not turning around the organization in a close amount of time, the most winningest head coach in NFL history couldn't turn around the talent that they had on that roster, the talent that he actually put into that situation, by the way. It's not like it was above his situation. Yes, and he was let go. But he was able to get time in order to turn it around. What was it, 3 years after post Brady? He was able to like get some time to try to figure it out, and he put himself in that situation too.
And his first year, they only won 5 games in 2000. Don't forget about that.
It's unfortunate because if you're a first-time head coach, and Robert Kraft, he said that he was going to invest
real quickly, the 6-time champ, OG2K with a touchdown. He's up 7-0 here in this AFC Championship game. Go ahead, Andrew.
You have to let him cook. You have to let him simmer, figure things out, and give him time enough to grow. Your first time doing something, you fail more times than not. And you just talked about Bill Belichick, one of the most winningest head coach that we've ever had in the National Football League, not having a winning record. I don't know how you expect a first-time head coach with no mentors on that coaching staff either to turn things around. And on top of that, too, you keep the GM when it's really talent that can honestly do a little better in that regard, because the defense still tried as hard as they could. Hey, and the offense, there's not a lot of things to work with there either. So again, the NFL loves to basically throw black coaches underneath the bus, and another year in the National Football League has gone by with more head coaches, particularly black ones, just thrown under.
Yeah, not surprised by that at all. Go ahead, JG.
I was going to say, I think this is a problem within the generation, right? I think that this is a problem.
Yes, instant coffee.
That's regarded to rookie quarterbacks and first-year coaches, right? Everybody expects instant success. Like, there is no growth and development from those two positions in football, and it's kind of ridiculous because they're probably two of the most impactful.
Not only that, you're not given the resources to succeed.
Right. So, like, you're plugging in a first-year quarterback that might not have good surroundings around him, whether that's offensive line, tight ends.
No, there's no might not. No. Receivers, awful. Offensive line, worse than football. Literally.
You know, so like everybody's so quick to have judgment towards those positions, quarterback and head coach, that how do you even allow for growth, or how do you even say, you know what, we're going to give you 2 or 3 years of slack. Let's actually change the culture here. Let's get what you want in the building, and then let's see what you can do. Jerod Mayo didn't get anything that he wanted in the building, and he wasn't able to mend and mold how he wanted to throughout this year, right? It's only been 3 or 4 months worth of a year, worth of a season. I just don't know the process, whether that's between the GM and the ownership, when it says, okay, you're only going to have a head coach for 1 year. What do you truly expect? Like, what were they expecting? The New England Patriots to go right to the playoffs with a first-year quarterback and Jacoby Brissett?
To be fair with Kraft, I don't think he was expecting that, but I guess they're looking at the trajectory. Yeah. You can win 3 or 4 games. Are the players getting better? Is there light at the end of the tunnel? And it seems like they made this decision. Robert Kraft said it's been about a month. You go back to that Chargers game, they got blown out in Arizona, played the Bills kind of tough. And then not only that, they go out there, they don't really talk to ownership. That's ownership's fault about the last game. They actually win that game against the Bills, and now you don't even have the number 1 overall pick. Robert Kraft is right. He needs to take some blame for this. That's on you for putting him in an untenable situation.
Just like it's a rude awakening for everybody that wants to be a football coach in the NFL, right? You want to be a head coach. That's why the offensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions is being so particular and specific with the job that he wants to take, because he knows that if he picks the wrong opportunity, it could be like the same with Cliff Kingsbury. He picked the wrong opportunity that he wasn't fit for after year 1 or whatever happened, stability-wise and long-term-wise, that after that, people push you aside.
Gotcha.
Whereas the offensive coordinator in Detroit, he's sitting there like, you know what, I'm going to actually pick the perfect location where I know that there's a really good quarterback, really good front office that's going to back me and allow me to develop a team that I see.
Yep.
And would you rather hire somebody? Yeah, would you rather hire somebody who's 0-0 or somebody that's like 3-28 or something like that? It's unfortunate, but that's what happens.
No, big facts there. 7-0 lead here. 11-star bottom right-hand corner of the screen with the Bengals. Has the ball down 7-0. OG2K, the 6-time champ with the lead 7-0 in the first quarter, guys. Brought to you by our good friends at Molly Pop. Check them out, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Molly Pop taking the world by a sweet storm. And on the left-hand side, you see the beautiful Molly. And there's our friend, Rachel Lindsay from The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Guys, they've got this pink bag promise. So anytime you go to your local grocery store and you see that pink bag, you got to understand you're getting some high quality produce and the best grapes on earth. Sweet and crunchy, got about 20 different varieties. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy, as Molly Pop take the world by sweet storm. First quarter presented by our good friends at Molly Pop Grapes, mollypopgrapes.com. All right, second quarter, we're back here live at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant here in Vail, New Jersey, living in the city of Sports Mad NFL, 2K Association as well. Here on Valley Live and Stadium Sports Network, YouTube and Twitch. Got Jerry Guarantano, the quarterback of our team, and the former fall. And speaking of quarterback, look at the quarterback, Joe Burrow, for the Icy Whites. The Hooties, the Bengals, an extra point away from tying up this game. Here got Andrew Richmond. She's down in the A as well. We'll keep the talk going here in the National Football League, guys. Andrea, let's talk about your team. Can we talk about the JV team?
Sure, I guess. Yeah,
are we allowed to go there?
Oh, yeah. You guys put this in the show in order to torture me, and it's okay because I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. Look, you know, it's a good team, man. You ready to take flight, Andrew?
All gas, no brakes, baby. Let's Shout out, man.
All gas, no brakes. You like it? Okay, all right.
I'm flying through like I just won against New England. Come on.
Here we go. Let's go ahead, folks. Come on in here. Let me see. Let's see the pictures
Can't
of
wait.
Sexy Rexy. Let's go ahead and take flight here. Sexy Rexy. Let's go ahead and get us a snack right here live on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network YouTube, and Stadium Sports Network. Rex Ryan interviewed on Tuesday with the Jets. By all accounts, it went well. Of course, he's the last coach to take the Jets to the playoffs back in 2009 and 2010 when he went to back-to-back AFC Championship games. Record under 500, though. But look, coached there from 2009 through 2014. Believes he's the man for the job. He says he'll 100% be the Jets coach because he's the best man for the job. Andrew Richmond, as a Jets fan, is Rex Ryan the best man for this job currently here in 2025, not 2015?
I have to give a little bit of a backstory. Long time ago, I have not always liked sports. In fact, it was Madden that kind of got me into football. And around the time that I was starting to get a little bit into football, trying to attach myself to a team from New York. So I didn't like the Giants. Eli threw a lot of interceptions. Here's this guy that's charismatic, just beat the New England Patriots. Big energy, big defense, vibrato. Heck yeah, let's buy into the New York Jets. I was all for Rex Ryan.
Buy into the foot fetish. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, right into the foot fetish. Oh my gosh. But unfortunately for me, I did not know that this man would be making the worst mistake for me of my lifetime. I believed in him, and he sought me to go to a team that would face nothing but defeat and disappointment and embarrassment time and time again. And now he wants to come back and give people hope. No, I don't believe in hope. I don't believe in the hype. I've been scorned way too many times, way too many years. I love Rex. I love his personality. Honestly, we do need somebody who's a true, complete leader to kind of turn around that whole culture. And he's somebody who does embody that. But unfortunately, this feels like a Woody Johnson PR move more than I'm trying to seek out the best candidate for the job. I hope it works out because I only have depression to look forward to in this organization. This will help a little bit. But I mean, honestly, I'm just I'd rather be cynical about this whole thing. This just feels like great PR for Woody Johnson's terrible reign the entire how many ever years he's been the owner.
Let me get JG in here. JG, Rex Ryan says, I'm the man for the job. No offense to people like Ben Johnson with the Lions. It's his gig. Should the Jets hire Rex Ryan? Jarrett.
He's definitely had the most success, right, from any coach in nearby history with the Jets, right? And he's one person that's charismatic enough to understand New York media and to be able to wither around some things that might not be going the way that they want in New York. With that being said, I don't know if he's the best, like Ben Johnson's amazing. Cliff Kingsbury, I think, still up and coming. Brian Flores, I think he deserves another shot. When you look at the whole framework of what the Jets need right now, I don't know if it's to go back in time and to bring that back up.
Bring out the DeLorean.
Redo it. Let's go.
He's going to come back and we're going to go right back to the AFC Championship. I don't know if that's what's needed. Maybe I think they need a young new head
down there about OG2K, the 6-time champ takes the league. Go ahead, JG.
Right, I think they need a coach like the Minnesota Vikings head coach per se.
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. I think they need someone that's a young star in this league. I don't know if they need to go back in time and go get Rex.
No.
So,
Buy into delusion.
No. I can't do it. I've been around Jets fans my whole life, and I just can't go back in time and sit there and say, yeah, Rex Ryan's going to bring us to the top again. He hasn't been a coach in however many years. Come on. I think it's just
for a reason.
Forward.
God love you, bro. Right? God love you. Real quick, wrap it up.
Honestly, go trade a second-round pick or first-round pick for Kevin O'Connell. He's amazing. Go find someone like that. Or
Flores, somebody. Come on. Anybody else.
Well, Flores would have experience in the division. Used to coach at New England, coached the Miami, so absolutely, I think that'd be a good fit. But I mean, right now, I'm on the Rex train just for giggles, just for content. Give it to me. Right? I'm in the media here in New York. Give it to me. I'd love to get the quotes every Monday and Tuesday from Rex Ryan after the game.
We're already a walking clown car. Just put a red nose on it, put a star.
defensively, he's an absolute amazing coach, though.
Yes.
He does love the dramatics and love everything that comes with it. That's why I think New York media was always a good thing for him. Now it's just about, can he manage a team and have an offense that kind of stimulates that kind of attitude as a defense.
I will say I'll give him credit for buying into mobile quarterbacks and the ability to move a little bit earlier than a lot of other NFL head coaches. But ultimately, his offense is the biggest struggle. So we'll see. I don't have hope. Hope. But sure, yeah, let's do this. Why not?
Bring Sam Darnold back.
Hey, don't you dare! Okay,
with Kevin O'Connell,
too
right?
Far, too far.
With Kevin O'Connell
or Gino.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be good. And IK Impala, that'd be great.
Oh my God, you guys just want to trigger me. I'm leaving. Goodbye, Kevin. I'm leaving.
I told you, I'm just here for the stories. I'm here for the content. Oh man. So we'll see about Rex Ryan, who we of course interviewed on Tuesday. I think he's got a great shot. We'll find out here in the coming days here. A 14-7 ball game here, third quarter here, live at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant here in Bayonne, New Jersey. That second quarter presented to you by our good friends at Visit AC. Visit Atlantic City. Check them out online. Visit AtlanticCity.com for all of your planning purposes. You want to go to Atlantic City? Got great sporting events, great live events, great restaurants. Got the world famous boardwalk. And the beaches there and the 9 casinos as well. Check them out online for all of your planning purposes, man. Everything that you need is right there. They can help you out if you're trying to get down the shore and into AC. Check them out online. Visit AtlanticCity.com, man. Love our good friends and our partners and the presenters of the second quarter there. Visit AC, visit AtlanticCity.com. We're back here live here, Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports Network and also Valley Live here, Stadium, as well as YouTube and also Twitch here at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. It's the Golden Eagle here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Literally here CBS Sports. Got Jarrett Guarantano, the former quarterback at Tennessee and the NFL. Andrea Richmond, she's down in the A. Bottom left-hand corner of the screen. OG2K, the 6-time defending champ, has the ball and the lead. Started the third quarter here playing with the Ravens. Bottom right-hand corner, the challenger, level star in this AFC Championship game, playing with the Bengals and the all-whites on defense. All right, guys, real quick, let's get a game pick here. We'll make this one quick. Chargers at Texans, first playoff game on the Ledger this weekend on CBS on Saturday. You got the Texans, the winners of the division, the AFC South. Chargers out of the AFC West. They are the wild card team here in wild card weekend. I'm telling you, man, I'm feeling the Chargers on this one. I think, man, the Texans are a little beat up. Real quickly, who you guys got? We'll start with you, Rich. Who you got in this one? You got Go Chargers Go, or you got H-Town?
Does anybody really believe in Texans? Do they believe in themselves? Because I feel like they checked out about midway through that Christmas game, and they have not been the same. Honestly, they have not been the same since a game before that, unfortunately, where they lost wide receiver's name. Tank Dell. They lost Tank Dell on that brutal injury down the end zone.
Also,
and they have
Stephon
not been
Diggs
the same
as well.
Since Stephon Diggs. Unfortunately, their defense is still great, but are you going to really do anything against this Chargers offensive line that's really cooking right now? You have the Lad McConkley, and you also have QJ getting some good looks and starting to feel themselves. Honestly, when you talk to that wide receiver unit, JK's playing well. It's going to be hard for the Texans to show up. And like I said, they haven't in a lot of weeks. Give me the Chargers. And this is a great opportunity for them too, considering where they came from the last playoff game. Get something underneath your belt. Get a good W underneath you. It's been too many games for Justin Herbert to not have a playoff W. So hopefully he gets it here.
JG, you going Bolts or you going Texans?
We talk about great head coaches. DeMeco Ryans is a great young head coach.
Fabulous job.
He's doing absolutely amazing. He took that. I mean, that's what I guess everybody's looking for when they hire head coaches. They want the first year, go to the playoffs, dig somebody out the dirt. Yeah. But they also had C.J. Stroud, who played absolutely amazing. Now, for this year, per se, Texans are having a tough deal on offense, right? Like, they've had injuries to Stephon Diggs. They have injuries to Tank Dell. And offensive line-wise, they haven't been playing their best football. They've been shuffling guys in and out, injuries there. When you just look at the Chargers, they are hitting on all the right steps right now, whether that's offensively, defensively, special teams. They're just playing great football. Jim Harbaugh's, I looked at his prior records when he would go to a different team, whether that was San Fran, Michigan, or even San Diego or Los Angeles. He does an amazing job in his first year, right? And I think this game per se, I think that they're going to come out with the win. Just all around right now, they're just playing too good of football, and their run game is absolutely amazing with that big offensive line that they have. I just don't see the Texans being able to have enough offensive firepower to stick with them all game.
Right, and you can't overlook Chargers, one of the top 2 or 3 defenses in the NFL as well. I think they're number 1. Yeah, so they've done a really good job on that side of the ball as well. And you got, Captain, Khakis over there with Harbaugh doing his thing. Hey, look, he turned it around. He just wins. That's all he does, man. And I've got them winning this game in the playoffs, so we'll see them moving on into the division round. But we'll see.
He's
Texas
the best
will have
type of
something to say
weirdo.
about that. He is.
The best type.
Once again, the second game on Saturday will be a battle in the AFC North. I think the third matchup here, I think they split, right? Ravens won the last one, if I'm not mistaken. That was at home. This one back in Charm City. You got Steelers at Ravens. That's also Saturday. That's the second game, or it's the night game. There's only 2 games on Saturday. JG, who you got in this one? You got Action Jackson, or you got your boy in the quarterback room, Mr. Wilson, Dangerous.
Steelers, the last 4 games, 0-4, right? They're just not playing very well offensively. Their defense, they can turn their defense on at any point, right? They have a great defense, but offensively, I have some questions about what they're doing offensively, whether that's run game, play action, pass game. George Pickens hasn't really been playing too hot. He also is coming off that injury. Last week he had a couple of drops and not too much productivity. But you talk about Baltimore, they're playing out of this world right now, right? Lamar's should be the MVP. You look at Derrick Henry, he's having an amazing year as well. And then you look at defensively, they're playing awesome. So right now, Ravens are hot, Steelers are not. Easy pick here is the Ravens. Obviously, it's a divisional game. Again, in the playoffs, anything could happen. You're right, TJ Watt can absolutely come out there and have 4 sacks, and George Pickens can play out of his mind, right? So, like, Najee Harris can go out there and have a 100-yard rushing game. Anything could happen in divisional games. I just can't foresee that right now with the way the Ravens are playing.
Gotcha. Should be interesting. We're definitely going to watch that game here this weekend. End of the third quarter here. Oh, Joe Burrow taking off for the Bengals. Down by 10 here as we get set to head into the fourth quarter. That third quarter brought to you by our good friends at GBNY. GBNY.com, 4 locations. I'll go to the one in Jamaica Coliseum in Queens there. And there's a guy, Andrew Richmond. Swiss Beats, what does that mean?
Zone.
Check them out, man. They got all the Jordans, man, the Yeezys, New Balance, Nikes, all the apparel that you need, man. And also, you get $20 off. Make sure you use my promo code, $20 off. Promo code Larry20 to get $20 off your purchase there at GBNY. Once again, use promo code Larry20 to get $20 off your purchase at GBNY.com. If I'm not mistaken, I guess they got the Black Cat 3s coming out this weekend. I got a big event with Cash Cobain. They're doing a concert and some other things there, man. So check them out online. Maybe you can get a raffle and try to get those Black Cat 3s there. I think it's $150, man. You get food, you get a shirt, you get, a concert and everything, man. So check them out online, gbny.com. All right, the third quarter brought to you by our good friends there at gbny.com. We're back here live here, El Aguila Dorado Restaurant here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Larry Ridley, CBS Sports Bat, NFL, NBA, 2K Association. Jerod Guarantano, the quarterback. Former quarterback, University of Tennessee Volunteers. Andrew Richmond, she is always in the A. OG2K, bottom left right there, playing with the Ravens, has the ball and the lead, up by 10, and just 4:44 left here to go in the fourth quarter. Level scar, trying to get a stop here to the Bengals. He's on defense down by 10. All right, guys, we were just talking about Black Monday here, and another coach getting the axe here. Matter of fact, I'm wearing the shirt right here. Yeah. The Raiders, man. Hey, all about the Las Vegas Raiders, man. The win, the autumn win is a Raider. So John Facenda there with the NFL Films. Antonio Pierce let go. Just his first full season. Was the interim coach last year, went 5-4, 9-17 overall, 4-13 this year. They didn't win the last, I think 2 of the last 3, but not enough. Davis letting him go, and Brady's going to be a part of this as well. He's going to be helping with the coaching search as well. He's going to be a part of this as a minority owner. You think this is a little unfair? I absolutely do, man. Once again, another coach getting the axe with basically just 1 year under his belt, JG.
Yeah, he's a first-year head coach as well. I mean, I understand last year he had a couple games under his belt, but still a first-year head coach. A little premature. I mean, you look at the roster, and I don't think the roster's up to par with the other teams in the division.
Both quarterbacks hurt. Absolutely. Max is hurt. Crosby. Yep.
Gardner was hurt. Aiden O'Connell banged up throughout the year. My friend Desmond was out there playing some good football, but there was just too much going on within that organization. I don't think that they had enough talent within it to actually compete. And then you look at the head coach, and I don't know how you could blame him for how they drafted or what their team looks like with their cap space or whatever is being regarded for, right? Like, they let go one of the best running backs in football and Josh Jacobs, right? I mean, you're taking away productivity that the team needs, and you kind of blame the head coach for not fulfilling that. I don't know. I don't think this was a good decision. Now, I wonder who they're going to go out and get, right? I mean, who they're going to go get, John Gruden or somebody? I don't know, but
Spider 2 white banana guy.
They might run that back, but everything's so premature. Like we talked about before with this generation, everything's so premature and everybody wants to win immediately. Now, do they have the pieces to win immediately is the question. I don't think they do.
Well, you got Max Crosby, right? You got some pieces there. Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers had an amazing year. He had an amazing
I think. But here's the deal. Who are they going to get? And let's focus here on Antonio Pierce. 1 full year. Interim job last year. Andrew did a really good job. 5-4 with that team and that roster, including beating the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. And I guess part of the problem is 0-6 in division. That probably did them in, maybe. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, but we know, like, if it wasn't for some voodoo magic, like, they would have beaten the Chiefs a lot of those times, honestly, as well. And a couple of those things. Yeah, exactly. There was what you want, especially in a first-year coach, especially from an interim head coach, right, is usually there's a little bit of locker room strife. You're not winning. There's nothing going on in the culture of the locker room. You need some energy, you need spark, you need hope, and you need buy-in. And during Antonio Pierce's tenure as a head coach in the interim session, it looked like a lot of those vets finally had buy-in and were able to want to play for somebody who would fight for them, want to believe in them, and then they'd give it to him and he'd give it back, right? So unfortunately, this year when you don't have talent, but you still have that energy, I'm sorry, that's something that you don't really have in a lot of coaches, the buy-in to want to fight for your guys. And they still didn't even give up towards the end of the year as well.
Yeah, 1 to the last 3 games.
So, like, I don't know what more do you want from me? I'm Tyrese. What more do you want from me if I'm AP? Because what can I do in order to change the situation around? I don't even think that he liked particularly the quarterback that he started the year with. And then, unfortunately, he got hurt. And then he had to use the backups and everything like that. Jorts, shout out to Jorts. He's doing his thing, but he's not doing his thing.
He's a backup. Let's be honest. He's not a starting quarterback in this league. He's a backup.
There's not a lot of talent. Again, this only happens with, I feel like, black head coaches, where we go ahead and we hire them. Oh, yeah, they're the future. I believe in them. And then we get rid of them after a year because they didn't turn around an untenable situation in the first place. We've kind of remixed the Rooney Rule, right? Where now black coaches, I guess, are having opportunities. They just end up with a terrible record afterwards. And it makes them even more untouchable. So congratulations. We're winning, I guess. Step forward.
A score there at the very end. Was that the score at the last play of the game for OG2K with the Ravens? He gets the win. 23-7. All right, let's get you guys on. JJ, you got any thoughts here lastly on Antonio Pierce? You want to wrap it up?
I mean, you look at it, and then you look at the drama that happened throughout the year as well with Davante Adams, and there must have been some behind-the-scenes things, whether that was culture of the team or something with that. And then, I mean, you can't even name, after Davante Adams, I don't know who their number 1 wideout is, maybe Trey Tucker. Who's their number 1 running back? They just got rid of Josh Jacobs, right? Like, They got rid of such key pieces on their team. Obviously, they still have Max Crosby, like you said. But other than that...
Receiver from the Patriots, what's his name? I forget. Jacoby Myers. That's probably... But he's a possession guy.
Yes,
yeah,
he's
a possession guy.
He's probably a 3. He's probably a 2, 3.
Utility guy.
At best, right?
He's a good slot guy. Yeah.
How do they have success? I mean, I do know that he liked Aiden O'Connell, but like Aiden was struggling with injuries later.
And once again, he's not a start. He's not an upper. He might be a fringe starting quarterback, but he's not a good one. So once again, he's like Minshew. I believe he's a stopgap guy. He can win you a couple of games, but you're not winning a playoff game with Aiden O'Connell. You're not going anywhere. So I'm with you guys on Real quickly before we end this first quarter, this first ball game, we'll talk about another divisional game or wild card game this weekend, and that is Buffalo and the Broncos. Buffalo hosts the Broncos Orchard Park up in Western New York Sunday. AFC wild card game. 3 games on Sunday. I believe this is the first one of the 1 o'clock game. I believe the game's on CBS as well. Your thoughts here, Andrea? You got this one. You got Buffalo, or you got Broncos country?
I mean, shout out to the Broncos for even making the playoffs. Their defense has really carried them because although we could say great job for your rookie year, there has not been a lot of offensive potency, if not for the wide receivers making some great bailouts for Bo Nix a couple times. He does have his stretches where he's really good, but then he also has really cold stretches, and you're going to Bills country during the playoffs. Rookie quarterbacks that are really good, like players like, we remember when Deshaun Watson was really humming it. Josh Allen himself, Lamar Jackson, they had really rough starts to their first playoff game. I imagine the same. Give me the Bills right now. Rough spot to be in for Bo, but at least you guys made it, so good experience.
JG, you know a little bit about Dangerous, man. Broncos country, let's ride, or you going Mafia?
I'm going to go Bills Mafia here. I look at Denver, and just their run game is kind of non-existent this year.
Dude, the defense is good. This is not going to be an easy game for Buffalo, man. I'm telling you.
No, by no means. Vance Joseph is doing an absolutely incredible job. That's another guy that might get another opportunity to be a head coach, right? He was with Arizona for a while over there. I mean, he was with Denver as a head coach for a while.
What, did he get a year, too? Did he get a year or two? That was it, right?
Probably a year.
3 seconds.
Denver has a great defense, right? Nick Bonito is playing. He's one of the best edge rushers in football. They have Pat Surtain. They have a lot of really, really good pieces.
Secondary is outstanding.
Excellent to that defense. That's what will make the game close. Obviously, Bills having a home game and them having Josh Allen along with that. I go Bills in this situation. I don't think Broncos offense has a good enough run game to be able to slow the pace down with them. They do have a great defense, though, so I think it's going to be a low-scoring game for a while. Bills might take it away in the third, fourth quarter, but I'm going to go Bills here.
You know what? I'm with you guys. I've got Bills too. The other 2 games I took Chargers, the road team. I took the Ravens, the home team. They'll win 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh. And I've got Bills as well, but I'm a little nervous about this game. If Bo Nix can play clean, no turnovers, play the field position game, I think they can hold Buffalo down. It's not like Buffalo's going to score 30 or 40 points. If they can keep this game in the low 20s or high teens, they got a shot. If it gets over 24, likely not a shot, but we'll see with Buffalo. Defense has been playing well as well, and Josh Allen just played the 1 snap last week against New England. Go ahead, JG, real quick.
I was going to say, very intrigued to see how Josh plays against his defense, whether he keeps playing turnover-free football or if he kind of gets into how he used to play, where he was kind of a little carefree with it. You know,
hero ball, turnovers in the red zone, absolutely.
That's why James Cook is so important to this team. I'm sorry, but let it go.
No, it's so important, right? The run game. And that's why I think that what the Broncos don't have is a run game right now. And you look at what Josh is doing so great this year is playing turnover-free and letting the game come to him, right? Will he continue to do that in the playoffs when it matters most? I hope so, because I think the world of him. I think him and Lamar probably should be co-MVPs this year, even Joe Burrow. But will he continue to let the game come to him, or will he force it in the playoffs is the biggest Josh Allen question.
That's the key. Now's the time. This is legacy-making stuff here for people like Lamar and Josh Allen. Get to a Super Bowl. Really etch your name in the history of the sport. We know you're great quarterbacks, and you're definitely top 5 talents. Now's the time. This is the winning season right here. We'll see about Josh Allen.
Patrick finds a way every time.
Anybody from Kansas City, man. Anybody from Kansas City. Speaking of finding a way, once again, OG2K finds another way to get back into another Super Bowl. Your thoughts here, JG? Workman-like performance. Held level star to just 7 points. It's going to win you a lot of ball games.
Listen, I couldn't let my heart take over again. I knew OG was going to win. I saw a lot of nice flat RPOs. I mean, I don't even know if he was reading it. They were just wide open. He's just scoring untouched football. But no, that was really good Madden play by him. And he's going for his 15th chair next game, so we'll be in attendance for it.
Well, you know what? Andrea Richmond, she's sitting in her chair. She is standing by, and she's standing by with the 6-time champ back in another Super Bowl. Take it away, Rich.
He adds a chair every time, and honestly, OG, you add a chair every time, so why not, right? Let it fly. Obviously, we're going to talk about what JG said, going ahead and using that RPO. It's always a risky play to do because you usually can't see in that flat, but that flat was wide open every time. I know you already say time and time again, it's an OP play, but how do you use it and have so much faith in it, even without being able to see it all the way? I guess once you know that it's open, hey, just do it, right?
So there's actually like principles to it that I feel like I understand it, like probably if not the best, but like in the top 5 of all the Madden players right now. So I know like if it's gonna be there even before I call it. Ooh. So that's where I could really abuse it. Because then if they're able to stop it, then I know exactly what they're doing with their zones. So if they put like the slot corner on a flat, then I'll put like a hitch or a zig route and then like a clear out route on the outside receiver to pull that. So it really just like plays with what they're doing.
You're saying it's not wide open just because it's wide open because I made it there, okay? Right?
Yeah.
Manipulation. Ooh, I love to see it, and I'm glad to. I was gonna ask you what you saw with it, but you already went ahead and answered it. But you know who somebody else who knows has all the answers? Larry Ridley, Jarrett, Guarantano. We're gonna throw it back to them. And let's wrap this thing on up.
I got no answers, man. The 6-time champ, man. We're going to get him out of here. Thanks for joining us. So I'm just going to leave my questions until next week when we get to that final, man. But thanks for showing up, and also Level Star as well. Folks, that fourth quarter and the post-game show presented to you by our good friends right here. El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. You can check them out online. There they are, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. And you're talking about it, man, authentic Mexican restaurant here. Great food. And also, you can tell here the great atmosphere. They got the games on, soccer, football, you name it. They got the news on. They got everything that you want. Great drinks as well. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. Great margaritas, by the way. They do a great job here. And, of course, you can hear, probably heard in the background, the mariachi shows here every single Tuesday live here as well, starting at 7 p.m. You got DJs as well, Latin nights on the weekends as well. Down the earth prices, man, and just a great place with the affordable drinks. They also got the patio, and they do a lot of things well here. The Golden Eagle, it is landed, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. All right, guys, if you want to join our Madden League, you can check us out online. It's free entry, ages 13 years of age and up. All online, you can win cash and other prizes. Join us now, CompeteForever.com/Madden League. Once again, that's compete, the number 4 and ever.com/Madden League. Also, $1.7 million on the line with the EA Sports MCS Madden Championship Series, the LCQ Last Chance Qualifier coming up this weekend with the ladders. Also, online elimination coming up this weekend as well. You can register now and find out more information. Go to MaddenChampionship.com. Once again, all the information at MaddenChampionship.com. All right, first hour, man. Hour of power here. We saw the Ravens and OG2K, the 6-time champ, getting back to another Super Bowl. We'll see him next week right here live on a Tuesday night on our Valley Sports, Stadium Sports Network, and also Twitch and YouTube. For OG2K, heading back to another final. Andrea, Richmond, Jerod Guarantano, I'm Larry Ridley. We'll be back with the second hour of power. Give us about 10 minutes. We'll load up the second game. You'll see. Also, Lions and Eagles, NFC Championship game. Don't move anywhere. We're live right here at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant in Baton, in Bayonne, New Jersey. We'll have it for you on the other side after this quick timeout. So, guys, Becky's excited about the second hour. We'll have it for you in a minute. What's going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend and also throughout the week as well. Live here on a Tuesday night at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. It's to compete for Madden League Season 77 playoffs. We just saw the AFC Championship game. It will be the Ravens moving on. Who will join them from the NFC side? Will it be the Lions or the Eagles? A couple more top Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes as we get you set for the wild card weekend of the National Football League. Yes, folks, we're putting the sports and esports. It is the intersection of sports and gaming live here on Valley Live, Stadium Sports Network, also YouTube and Twitch. And we'll come inside here. Larry Ridley here, CBS Sports, Madden NFL, NBA 2K Association, CFB League. We're back here live at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant right here at the Golden Eagle. It is landed, folks, live on a Tuesday. That means mariachi shows here, man. You can see the band was playing some tunes they continue to play throughout the evening here live on a Tuesday night at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Authentic Mexican restaurant, great food, atmosphere, a great affordable drinks, man. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., folks. Got a lot of different options here. Mariachi shows on Tuesday, DJs as well. Latin night on the weekends, man. Just a great place. They got a patio, affordable drinks, great atmosphere. Come check them out here. The Golden Eagle that has landed here, El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. All right, let me go ahead and bring in another brother that is known for flying and throwing that rock in the air. He is Jerod Guarantano, the former quarterback of the University of Tennessee Volunteers and also quarterback in the National Football League, Cardinals and Broncos country. JG, you ready for hour number 2 and game number 2?
My dog, let's get it rolling.
My dog.
First game was a good one. Second one, let's see if it can match that energy.
We'll see, man. If not, I guess it's up to us, man, to bring the content and talk about the National Football League. So that's what we got, folks. All right, let's go ahead and get it started, man. Let's talk, take a look at the rules here quickly here. From Matt Lee, got 60-77. NFC Championship game. It's all Madden competitive game style. Head-to-head rosters, folks. All of these teams were available. They got to use all 32 NFL regular teams, we like to call those rigs. 5-minute quarters and single elimination format. You stub your toe, you got to go. How about the pricing? Because it's all about the shmoney. Here for the Compete Forever Athlete, $300 guaranteed. First place, it's $150 cash and an NFL license zip share. Folks, check them out, zipshare.com. They got NFL chairs, NBA, baseball, NHL, MLS, also as well, NCAA license chairs as well. Also, custom chairs if you got those. Check them out, zipshare.com. Second place receiving $75, third place $50, and fourth place rolls up out this piece with $25 cash. How about the bracket here? See on the left-hand side, AFC Championship game. It goes to the Ravens and OG2K going for a 7th Super Bowl and a 7th chair and title next Tuesday live here on Battleground Stadium. And also on the right-hand side, let's know which one's to go. Will it be Huskers? Robert Ely. Here are the Huskers from Omaha, Nebraska. 22 days. He's a civil engineer, folks. They are building the tallest structure in the city of Omaha, and he's definitely been a part of that. So, congratulations to him. Good stuff there, man. There in Omaha, 5-time C4 Magnum champion. How about his competitor? We just saw him. The old tennis coach, Randy Jarrett. Talking about Wimbledon. Talking about the Aussie Open. We're going to the French and Roland Garros on the play, and we're going to do it right here on the hard courts, baby, in Queens at the Tennis Center. That mug right there, that face, that tells me that's hard courts. That is U.S. Open material right there. When you look at the picture of my guy, Randy Jarrett, in the private tennis coach in the MAC 19 MCS Browns. All right, let's go ahead and real quickly at the Molly Pop picks and the standings here. Molly Pop grapes as sweet as candy. Molly Pop taking the world by storm. The pink bag promise. There's good, and then there's good, Molly good. 20 different varieties of grapes, sweet and crunchy grapes as sweet as candy. MollyPopGrapes.com. I'm still in first place, and the Richmond continues to trail, but right on my tail here. Jerod Guarantano, 6-1. Hotter than the bottom, picking the games here so far. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody in. Let's go ahead and talk to our girl, Andrea. Rich. Hey, Rich, who you got in this one? You got Lions or you got Fly Eagles Fly?
Ooh-wee, man. Well, we saw him after a long time coming. Saw him just barely get the W. Fear the Huskers. I was a little bit scared that he might drop it, but guess what? Fear not, because he's a winner time and time again. We're going with Robert Ely here, the civil engineer. Omaha! Give me Fear the Huskers in this matchup.
Fear the Huskers playing with those Lions. One pride. All right, here we go. Jerod Guarantano, who do you have? Are you going Huskers or are you going with the Eagles? You going to Fly Eagles Fly or are you going one Fly?
I think I'm a big fan of seeing Huskers versus OG next week. So I'm going to go with Huskers in a great showdown with my boy Randy and Broncos Nation. But I think Huskers is going to pull it off.
I'm sorry, I'm just listening to them. They're all one.
You're talking about Huskers pulling off the dub. He's talking about pulling off a mean salsa.
Yeah, my salsa is not very mean.
Some chips.
I got some salsa and chips coming here in a second. I'm right with you, JG and Aaron, Richmond. I'm going with Huskers as well. But I tell you what, Randy Chatterton, if he can slow this game down, run the ball down his throat, do those Bronco things, I wouldn't be surprised if we get an upset. We'll see. I think I'm with you guys. We'll see about a 5-time champ and a 6-time champ getting together next week. That will be special, but we'll see. Andrew Richmond, you'll be conducting, you'll be talking to the winner at the conclusion of the game. So, Bronco playing with the Eagles. Randy Chatterton, that's his name. And how about Robert Neely, a.k.a. Fear the Huskers? The Broncos fear. He's playing with those Lions. Guys, let's go ahead and lock it up live here at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. Played out right here live. We find out who's going to represent the NFC next week in the Super Bowl. Guys, good luck. And then the best man win. Let's do it right here live on YouTube, Twitch. Let's think. Let's go. Who knew? The mariachi dance was so good. All right, so what stadium we got here? Azteca, Mexico. Yes. Speaking of Mexico, Mexican-inspired restaurant here, El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, the Golden Buddha. Yes, sir. Wow, right up the gut. How about those Lions from the All Whites, the Honolulu Blue, JG?
I love it.
I
like they're all black too. They're all black thick, right?
You like the blue helmet? That is fire. Yeah. It is. It is. It was good watching them against Minnesota on Sunday Night Football, man. Game number 272. Yes, sir.
I was not expecting that. Listen, I mean, if Minnesota scored in the red zone, it would have been a way different game. But...
Man, what did I say, guys? I'm just saying. I've seen this movie too many times.
We were on the same page. I took one pride.
I hope they do, because I believed in him, and then he did that. So we'll talk about that later.
Oh man! So you look at it. We just talked about the great additions that Detroit has. You look at some of their better receivers, Amon, Ross St. Brown, and those guys. Jameson, you were talking about him, Williamson, Andrea earlier. Just a phenomenal team they have here. Your thoughts here as we head into the weekend? We're talking about another receiver that would be the Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, as a touchdown right over the middle. How about that? Who's that? 3 plays?
Not actually. It got the last minute.
Did not make it. Let's go ahead and talk about Tyreek Hill. Didn't play very well against the Jets. They have that loss there, man. Didn't play in the fourth quarter. Had some confusion there between his coaches and him. Took himself out of the game. After the game, he says, basically, I'm out on the Dolphins. Says, I got to play for my family. He's interested maybe in another deal. It's probably a little sad and upset about the loss there to the Jets. Your thoughts here about Tyreek Hill making those comments? Chris Greer did talk about it. He did talk with Mike McDaniel as well on a Monday. So it seems like they've patched those things, but they did tell you can't take yourself out of the game. That will not be tolerated. But your thoughts here on Tyreek Hill? You think he stays in Miami, or does he leave South Beach?
You know what? I'll give Tyreek some credit for this. Like, the entire time that he's been, besides this incident, he's been all in on Miami, incredibly effusively supportive.
Well, he got his money, so what is he upset about now?
Come on now. Let me get to it, Larry, because honestly, he's done a great job the entire time supporting effusively Tua Tagovailoa. He's had his issues in the media. People have gone after him time and time again, and Tyreek has been a team player defending him, talking about Miami can win. It's been very pro team, except for this moment. And it's kind of, I like the fact that he was down for them while he was there, because I guess now technically the year's over, so he's not. But also, too, you kind of asked for this as well. Obviously, you knew you were going from a winning situation in the Chiefs, and then now you go to the most money, and the highest bidder usually doesn't have anything that's really built yet. You have to go and you have to build it. And it's not like Tyreek hasn't done his job, so I understand some frustration there. He almost got 2,000 yards as a wide receiver. Like, we have to give him credit.
Almost 1,800 yards, and then this year dipped below 1,000, only had 900.
Yes, and that's because guess what? His quarterback was hurt most of the year.
6 games.
He can only
Absolutely.
do what he can do, right? But at the same time, you knew that you were going to sign up for a hard situation. You can go ahead, you can turn it around, you can go to a team that actually has winning aspirations, but you shouldn't be surprised, Tyreek. You chase the money, you chase the bag. Now you can go back to ring chasing, but hey, man, you signed up for it. That's what it is. Good luck to you in the next opportunity, though.
JG, he said, I'm opening the door. I'm out, bro. Maybe sort of a little bit, maybe walked it back. Like I said, he got with the organization this week, but clearly he's looking for our greener pastures, if you will. But he got 3 years and almost $90 million. He's one of the top 5 highest paid receivers. Hey, man, get what you deserve, right? That's what a lot of people are saying. Is that fair, JG?
As you know, wide receivers are going to wide receiver. Right? And in this situation, I'm not going to sit there and say that this is 100%, but if he had 1,800 yards again, I don't think this type of blowout would happen within a week. And
so 1,800 yards, but no playoffs, you think he's okay? Or in the playoffs, does that change
I'm
things?
just thinking the wide receiver stigma, right? Like,
right.
I've met a lot of wide receivers in my day, and if they go off and they get theirs, then they're good. You know what I mean? Like, the name of that's that position. And I'm not saying that's how he is, right? Maybe he wants to win. He came from a winning culture in Kansas City, right? They were able to win in the cold. They were able to win in the playoffs, something that Miami had struggled with. I'm just saying, I think if he had Tua all year and he was able to get 1,700 yards, first off, they would definitely be in the playoffs, right? They only missed one game, and Tua had missed that many games. Like, they would not have missed the playoffs by any means.
Or with the concussion, I believe, too, with the hip, which is a problem. They're going to work. They're going to work on that. He's got to be healthy. Mike McDaniel, we're talking about that. Go ahead.
Definitely. He's going to need to protect himself. That's a whole nother conversation, right? There's things that he needs to do. And obviously this past offseason, he did jiu-jitsu and tried doing better with how he lands and how he falls. That clearly wasn't the answer. But going into next year, like, I don't think it's a question whether he stays or leaves. Like, I think he 1,000% should stay. And Tua stays healthy and the team stays the same, they're going to be a playoff team next year, right? By, like, guaranteed. Obviously, Mike McDaniel might be on a little bit of a hot seat next year. I don't think he is this year, but in this case scenario, I just think Tyreek's being a wide receiver, right? He didn't have too great of a year. He didn't put up the numbers that he wanted. Yes, he's seeing other guys say that they're the best in the league. Meanwhile, he just had 2 years where he dang near put up 2,000 yards a clip. So,
give me the dang ball, man. Give me the dang ball. You know,
look at it. Almost 1,800 yards. Yeah.
40 catches, 900 yards he missed out on this year. And wide receivers are going to wide receiver. That's just the name of the game. As you've seen before, I mean, you've seen T.O., you've seen Randy Moss. Like, those guys want the ball all the time. And if they're not putting up their numbers, it's what's going to happen. They're going to get after that media.
Love me some media. Where the popcorn at? Come on.
and you hear it. Tyreek did excellent this year, right? He was staying by his quarterback. He was staying by the team.
Yeah.
You didn't really hear an outlash by any means. Now that the end of the year came, who knows what happened on the field, whatever happened. They knew that they were out of the playoffs, like mid-game. It was time. It was like a ticking time bomb, right? It was going to happen sooner or later, but by no means do I think he should leave. Like, I mean, Mike McDaniel is an excellent coach. He's going to get him the rock. It's just when you have Tyler Huntley and you had Skylar Thompson back there, it's tough for that whole team, right? You got to change the offense around every week.
Yeah, it is tough.
He probably didn't hit some incentives too, which probably, leads to this as well,
Well, he's got $30+ million. That was the incentive, Play the game. That's almost like your base salary.
Lord, loving the dream.
Well,
tax-free in the palm trees.
There's some other issues as well. Lifestyle choices that he's made that might eat into some of that, if you know what I mean. So Tyreek Hill. So we'll see. But I mean, like I said, it's good that Mike McDaniel came out. I'm glad that Mike McDaniel addressed the situation about taking himself out. We definitely don't want to see that. He made a mistake. He understands that. And going forward, there will be punishments for that. And you can chalk it up to he was frustrated. Definitely some frustrations there in MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, some people say things that you don't mean, but I love the fact that Mike, he's a very good, like, personality, rally together, bring everybody together. Nothing's really that deep. And that's something that you really need to have to water over the bridge, especially after their season. Like Jarrett said, we know that they're better than they were. They just, unfortunately, everything went wrong. So hopefully they can change it out. And Mike McDaniel talk some sense into some calm into him, because like JG said, man, wide receivers love them some me to a fault, unfortunately.
We've been showing pictures there. Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys is basically saying, "Come on, Dallas, man." You know what I'm saying? We both fast. We got some fast guys here.
You guys saw AJ Brown not acting very happy throughout the year when he wasn't getting the rock
during a 10-game winning streak. Exactly.
During a win streak, and that's why wide receivers are just different cats, man. I mean, best athletes, some of the best athletes in the world, but if they're not getting theirs.
You know your boy right here on this show is a former receiver, man. So be kind.
You know how it is. Listen, I love them, right?
I don't know how it is because I was not that good. I wasn't that good, but I know of them.
Hey man,
you're the man. Listen, you come off to the sideline though, everybody's wide open. Everybody got to get their catches in. That's just how wideouts are, right? Like that's just the name of the position. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, you're right.
And Larry, you still are like, hey, this is my show. I'm the star. So you know, you got that. You still got a little bit of
in his heart. It's in his heart.
Right, in his soul. Come on.
Who can make a play? I can't. Now we'll see about Tyreek and the direction that the Dolphins go. Like I said, I think it hinges on Tua Tagovailoa and his health going into 2025. All right, that first quarter, 7-0 lead here. Lions with the lead. Huskers bottom right-hand corner of the screen. He's got the lead. Bronco playing the Eagles, trailing here 7-0. He's on defense here in the first quarter. Brought to you by our good friends at Ultra Game. Check them out, ultragameshop.com. We're talking about officially licensed NFL apparel, officially licensed NBA apparel, all 32 NFL teams, all 30 NBA teams, down to earth prices. They got loungewear, streetwear, and also workout gear. I've got on a hoodie right now. Thank you. Ultra Game Shop. It's got Las Vegas on the sleeves and on the back and everything. Nice little hoodie here. Also, gear for the young ladies as well. Check them out online, officially licensed NFL and NBA gear, ultragameshop.com. All right, that first quarter brought to you by our good friends at Ultra Game, ultragameshop.com. We're back here live on Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports app, Bally Live as well. Also, YouTube and Twitch. I got Andrew Richmond down in the A. We got Jerod Guarantano, former Tennessee University of Tennessee. Volunteer quarterback and NFL quarterback. Bronco, top right-hand corner of the screen, playing the Eagles. He's on defense. He's trailing now in the second quarter. 3.5 minutes to go. Bronco trailing to that young man, bottom right-hand corner of the screen, playing with the Lions. Huskers. Here are the Huskers, a 5-time champ. All right, guys. Giants are going to keep. We've been talking about Black Monday, all these coaches getting fired, and some GMs. Well, the quarterback, the coach and the GM are both staying. In East Rutherford, New Jersey, there with the New York Football Giants. There on the Johnson side, we're going to keep Coach Daboll and GM Shoen. Met with them. John Mara did on Friday and throughout the weekend. He's going to keep them. And, a lot of people a little shocked by that. I'm not totally shocked. Now, Mara did say to the local media on Monday that, look, he's a little irritated. He says if it doesn't work out, it's on him. So these guys, they better do the job here with the 3-14 season. I believe the worst season, most losses in the history of the New York Giants. Barely won one playoff game, one home game throughout the season. Your thoughts here, JG, with the GM and head coach both coming back for Big Blue. Is that a big mistake by Mara and Tish?
You look at the rest of the league and how they reacted to head coaches not having success this prior year, right? And even in regards to last year, like they had another built-in excuse with Daniel Jones getting hurt, and then they run it back again. It's kind of surprising. Mara kind of has an old school reputation, an old school way about his ways, where it's like, hey, like we need to have stability in our organization, which I definitely agree with. If you look around the league, though, these guys are getting one season, one opportunity, and they're out. Coach Daboll and Shane have had back-to-back
4
seasons.
years now. 4.
Yeah, back-to-back seasons where things just didn't click, and like you sit there and say, who is there to blame, right? They didn't bring back Saquon Barkley. They didn't bring it back crucial players. They made different roster changes. Their defense played very good football this year, but offensively, they just were not up to par. Is it the right thing to bring them back? I don't know. I'm just surprised by them bringing them back when the rest of the league is getting rid of everybody. At least one of them, right? I mean, whether the league is bringing or firing a head coach or the league is firing a GM, somebody's going. The fact that they brought back both tells you a little bit about what they have planned.
Especially when they both came in together. Yeah, you're right. Especially when they were sort of, locked together and connected there. Andrea, your thoughts here on Shane and Daboll sticking together? 3-14 this season, playoffs 2 years ago. And Mara mentioned this, that he liked what he saw 2 years ago, Coach of the Year. I'm like, dude, that was a long time ago. 2 years is like 10 years in the NFL. And Joe Shane, he liked some of the pieces, the draft, the Neighbors, and those guys this year.
Yeah. On one hand, it can seem a little bit ridiculous to say, like, dang, I hate the NFL culture where everything is like, you need results now and no one can wait. And then to demand blood in a situation where, like, we've seen the Giants roster, we know what they're doing and they're not doing well, right? But I'm gonna still call for it anyway, because who put them in that situation? The GM right now, the Shane. Well, we could talk about the whole organizational structure in general. I have plenty of criticisms when it comes to the Mariners and how they run their organization. But, as of only a couple of years ago, you could say they had success. So whatever, right?
Yeah, he's the one that told Mara, let's get rid of Saquon. I've got the slot and 5 other running backs. Anybody can do this job, basically.
And that, for me, is the biggest thing, right? Daboll did great, in my opinion, right? You had a quarterback where I'm firmly convinced he didn't even really like Daniel Jones, to be honest. You had a quarterback, you made it work, but you did great things with your defense, and you still had situations where you're able to figure things out probably when you shouldn't. And it felt like they were sometimes that they could have easily given up, obviously, as of recently they had, but there's some times beforehand where they could have and they didn't. So I like Daboll. The GM, though, you just saw the person that you said you had no way of fitting into your roster not only almost break Eric Dickerson's record, but then, completely dismantle you time and time again in the division and have so much success. And then he brought back a quarterback where, hey, you're getting rid of him this year. Just bad missteps, bad decisions. And it's important to look at this parallel when it comes to Titans GM Ran Carthon being let go, even though the Titans are in a fantastic space because of his GM work, was able to build a great defense, was able to secure a number 1 pick, despite the fact that they had bad quarterback issues. They were able to build. And then you look at what the Giants have done with Shane, and they are in a worse spot, but somehow they're able to keep their job. The NFL, man, it just feels gross all over it, and it's a sad league to be in.
Huskers with a 3rd touchdown now, up 20-0. PAT is up and it's stuck. 21-0 lead. So seconds left here in the second quarter with the Lions and Huskers up 21-0. Real quickly, you think they turn it around next year, or does Mara words come back to haunt him, which is, I'm running out of patience here? Well, you're going to be really out of patience next year when you win 3 or 4 more games next year.
Can that GM turn it around? That's the question. But yeah, go.
I think that what's weird is I think that Shane and I do think that Daboll are really good at their jobs. I just don't think, in particular, the record and their decisions that they have made recently have been supportive of that. I really do think Coach Daboll is a great coach. I think they need to go get J.J. McCarthy. Honestly, they skipped this draft and didn't get a couple of big-time quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels, Drake May. These guys are really good players. Bo Nix. This was one of the best classes so far. Obviously, we got to see down the road and down the line how they turn out. But right now, you look at the quarterback draft board or you look at the quarterback landscape, there's not a lot of big-time quarterbacks, free agents, right? You got Justin Fields, you got Russell, you got Geno Smith, and you got Sam Darnold.
And maybe Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers, but I would doubt that Sam, out of all of them, would probably come back to New York. I don't think that he would want to do that.
Don't.
You look at who's the best on the board, right? You look at Shador, Cam Ward, and then you look at the rest, and it's okay, those are really good players, really good prospects, but J.J. McCarthy, that's somebody that if they were to retain Sam Darnold, that's somebody that I would go waste a first-round pick on and say, you know what, I think that this guy would be the top of the draft class this year.
Or go even cheaper. That might be the move. Oh, sorry.
No, you got. I was gonna say, or Justin Fields, right? That's cheap. You could probably get him for $5 million and then build around him, build a team. Neighbors had a great year. Go get the tight ends. Go get some running backs, offensive linemen. Defense looked pretty good this year. They had some up and downs.
Their moments.
Yeah, but their D line is loaded, right? They played good football. Yes. Their defensive did
sexy
really well this
Dexy.
year.
Right. You look at Neighbors with 1,000 yards and 100 catches. So we're going to move on, Andrea. That's second quarter. Brought to you by our good friends at ZipChair. Check them out. ZipChair.com, man. high quality gaming chairs, make the best gaming chairs in the world. Also look at their office furniture, couches, sofas, gaming desk, you name it. All NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, NCAA, and also custom zip chairs as well. Check them out online, zipchair.com, for all of your gaming desk need and gaming chairs needs as well, zipchair.com. All right, the second quarter brought to you by our good friends at zipchair.com. Third quarter here, 21-0 lead for the Huskers. Bottom hand, right-hand corner of the screen. He's got the lead. Bronco with the glasses on, trailing here, has the ball. Got to do something here. He's got to score here and at least get a turnover or two to get back into this ball game. All right, guys. Speaking of Eagles, big game in a wild card weekend. Big home game, home field advantage at the Link there in South Philadelphia. They host the Packers. This is a tough one here. Look at the quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Still has yet to clear concussion protocol as of Tuesday heading into Wednesday. Look, if he's not out there tomorrow in some capacity and definitely full go by Thursday, I'm concerned. Are you concerned, Jarrett Guarantano, with Jalen Hurts? I'm going to pick the Eagles, but I want a huge asterisk by this.
Yeah, I'm concerned with both the quarterbacks' health, right? Jordan Love just got banged up in the recent game.
With his hand, right?
His hand, yes. And Jalen Hurts, he missed a game and a half with a concussion. I do think that
it's almost like 2 weeks, 16 days, something like that.
Yeah, he missed the second half of that first game, and then he missed all of last week.
Yeah.
And they're saying he's still in protocol. I do think that Jalen Hurts will be all right. I'm eager to see how Jordan Love feels. Also, losing Christian Watson to a torn ACL, getting banged up again, pray for him. I mean, that's just tough dealing with that many injuries. That's really tough. But that's another big hit to that Green Bay Packers team, right? That's a speedster. That's a wide receiver one, even though they have like 5 different wide receiver ones on their team. But I mean, right now, I think it's going to be a really, really good football game between these two teams.
Yes.
Like, they're evenly matched in both sides of the football. Eagles are playing really good football. Packers have been slightly up and down, but I do think that they're a really good team, and they can turn on at any point with the amount of weapons that they have offensively. I would like to see both quarterbacks at 100% just because as a football fan, that would make for a good game, but we'll see. I think the Eagles are going to pull this one off. I just think they're more of a complete team right now. I do love Josh Jacobs in their run game, just like Saquon Barkley in the Eagles' run game. I just think the Eagles have been here before, and I just think that they're primed for the taking right now.
NFC East champs, or are you going with the other Packers who played very well and surprised people in the NFC North, Andrea? Go Pack, go, or fly Eagles fly?
Yeah, those injuries at the end of the year was the main reason that the Eagles did not play Saquon Barkley to break that record, Eric Dickerson's record. And of course, all of us were like, man, that sucks. But hey, we're seeing the other side of it, the consequence. When you flip a coin, things don't go your way. Unfortunately, you end up with key injuries. But I think the key injury, though, going all the way back to Jalen Hurts, I think is very important to keep up with the scoring this game. Hey, man, what I love so much about playoff football is that where you really get to see these coaches shine, and Matt LaFleur is doing some great job with like misdirection on offense. They're going all over the place. You never really know where the ball is, and I think you can confuse a little bit of, even though Eagles defense has been done a great job, you can probably get your secondary into some precarious situations. Jordan Love, all he needs is a little bit and he can throw it down the field, right? Obviously it hurts having one less weapon, but I think they still have enough weapons to overcome. It's just that the Eagles squad has just that many more. So that's why I lean them. But if Jalen Hurts really is hurt, I don't necessarily believe in their backups to really replace the amount of work that he does for that team. So give me the Eagles. Obviously, Jalen coming back is crucial. I think he'll be fine, but will he feel fine is the question with 2 weeks from the concussion.
It's all about the concussion protocol for Jalen Hurts. We'll be keeping an eye on that. 21-0 lead here heading into the fourth quarter. The third quarter brought to you by our good friends at Pizza Masters, also here in New Jersey. Home-style cooking in a relaxed, warm atmosphere there. You saw the number there on the screen. You can check them out online, pizzamasters.com. You talked about it. Man, they got just a plethora of Italian options there. Pizza, calzones, spaghetti, lasagna, all types of Italian options. Also got the wine bar there if you're into the vino as well. They got the TVs as well, man. Just a great atmosphere there. Dine in, take out, or delivery there in the middle of Bayonne there in Midtown, right off of Broadway, man. They got fresh ingredients. That's the key there. I'll get the crumbled sausage pizza there. A very good job there. Check them out online, pizzamasters.com, for some great pizza and other Italian options there at Pizza Masters. All right, third quarter brought to you by good friends at pizzamasters.com. Fourth quarter here, 21-0. We're going to fly through some of these topics here, guys. Mike Evans. See that with the Tampa Bay Bucs last Sunday in their win against the Saints. Got the incentives on his last play, like $3 million plus dollars there, and I think 11th straight season of 1,000 yards, tying Jerry Rice for that record there. I thought it was pretty cool, and Baker Mayfield was hunting him towards the end of the game. Of course, everyone went pretty crazy about that. Your thoughts here, Andrea, on Big Mike Evans?
Man, is there anybody else that deserves it more, man? What a dog, what a beast. You talk about Baker Mayfield being an important part of this offensive engine, but really it's Mike Evans. The weeks that he was off, they were able to right the ship eventually, but they were really hurting in that first week off of his production. I'm glad to see him tie a all-time record because he's been one of the more consistent wide receivers that we've seen in a while. As of late, wide receivers have been getting hurt right before they get those top echelon achievements. So I'm real glad to see Mike Evans get it. And Baker cheering on anybody. He gets so hyped for his own teammates. It's so fun to see. It was so great and cute to see that moment.
Yeah, your thoughts, JG, seeing Mike Evans get the bonus in the last play? That's pretty cool.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, the amount of impact that Mike Evans has on this football team and this offense is absolutely...
And that region, in the Tampa Bay community, too. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, he's done an amazing job for Tampa Bay. I mean, he's probably, I would say this, he's definitely the most underrated wide receiver of this generation, right? Like, by far, second to none. This guy's flown under the radar. You never hear about him in top 5 wide receivers. It's just, he's always dissed, but his numbers don't lie by any means. And his productivity, if you looked at percentage-wise on what he does for that offense, ridiculous, right? I'm super happy. He deserved that moment. Obviously, you could tell how much love he has for his teammates and how much his teammates love him, right? Like, the clip was amazing to see. The passion, the fire, all love there. And, I mean, they might be a force to be reckoned with this playoffs. I don't know. Who knows? He might go for 2 touchdowns and be able to keep him in the game, right?
Well, let's talk about that playoff. Commanders at Bucs this weekend. This is the one that had me scratching my head. I wanted to take Jaden Daniels, like what the Commanders did. Of course, Tampa won the first matchup. I think it was way back in week 1. Beat them pretty good, too. 37-20, I believe was the final there. Fire the cannons, Andrea Richmond. Fire the cannons.
Fire them. We're swashbuckling, Larry.
I'm swashbuckling. Yes.
Okay. I'll see if I'm swashbuckle game. This is a toss-up for me as well. Jaden Daniels has made some really clutch plays throughout the year. That's the only thing that gets me the hedge because going back to coaching, although the Bucs defense isn't always necessarily the greatest, they still have, Todd Bowles doing a great job in that secondary. Dan Canals doesn't get enough love either for like being a great force for that offensive engine. So they're going to be frenetic. Cliff Kingsbury can have some moments where he waivers in offensive play calling sometimes, so maybe I'll fire those cannons too. But Jaden, man, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be cinema. I know that.
Yeah, Jarrett Guarantano. Real quickly, a game just ended. Speaking of firing, it was the Lions firing on all cylinders, and the Huskers win to 21-0. Your thoughts here? Bucs and Commanders down there in Tampa.
I think I'm gonna go Tampa here. I believe that Jaden Daniels and that team have had an absolute miracle year, right? Like, when you think about the Washington franchise and what they've been through and how they've played the past couple years or the past decade or such, for them to do what they did this year was amazing to see, amazing growth. Just going into the playoffs, like, I believe too much in Baker and I believe too much in Todd Bowles. Like, these are guys that have been in this situation, that have played in big games in the NFL. When you look at the Commanders also the past couple of weeks, they haven't played their best football, right? They've won. They beat the Falcons, and they won last week in the last 2-second game versus the Cowboys. Like, those are 2 teams that are not playoff teams, or 2 teams that haven't been playing their best football. I think the Bucs are going to win this game, but it's going to be a very close one.
And I think Commanders had 11 wins. Tampa, of course, capturing the NFC South, which I told you guys back 7-8 weeks ago. I'm like, look, Doesn't matter they lost both games to the Falcons. They're going to win the NFC South. So we'll see about that Sunday on the NFC Wild Card game. Real quickly, last game before we get out of here. Vikings and Rams, the lone game on Monday night. NFC Wild Card game. This game out at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Are you going Rams house or are you going slow, Andrea Richmond? Where are you going? I've got Rams house. Upset. Actually, yeah, it is an upset because the Vikings are favored.
We were all rooting for you. We were cheering for you. What happened? All right, unfortunately, missed a lot of throws high, and well, this is the same down I would feel like comparison to Ryan Fitzpatrick 2015, where he was doing well, but sometimes like it was obvious that the wide receivers were catching a lot of things outside their radius, doing a great job catching it, and there's some turnovers that just didn't end up matriculating and end up getting into the DB's hands. I'm scared going into the Rams house, even though they don't have an impressive defense, if we see the Vikings do that performance again, because I trust in this defense. The defense was doing a great job. They were on the goal line like 3 or 4 times and just couldn't get it into the red zone. It's going to be hard, especially going against Sean McVay. He's somebody that really likes to run the rock in the postseason. Then you have Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. They're firing on all cylinders. The run game is excellent. I'm going to go the Rams here. The Vikings can easily win this one. They have the talent, but will Sam get it done? That's my biggest question. It's hard going against that coach. I'm going to lean them, but you have to start it fast if you're the Vikings.
All right, Jarrett, you're going with the sheep or the goats, or as some people call them, the Rams, or you got Vikes?
Two things here. We talked about in weeks prior how both these Los Angeles teams could be very difficult opponents in the playoffs going into it. And the second thing is they're not two greater friends than Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell. So it's going to be two best friends battling each other. Obviously a very competitive matchup. They know each other inside and out. It's a tough game. I think last week, the Vikings loss was a fluke a little bit, right? They got into the red zone 3 times. They weren't able to score. Sam was off his game. Yep. Haven't really seen that this year. Very uncharacteristic of this year. But you also look at the Rams, and the Rams are very dangerous when they have Puka, Cooper, and they have their excellent running games. So I'm gonna stick with the Vikings on this one. I can definitely see an upset happening, but Sam's going back to his home state. He's going back to a home game for him. I think he's going to play his best football, and I think they're going to come out with the win.
That's a good point. All right, so Andrew and I are on the Rams. JG, Jerod Guarantano. He's got the Vikings, which, look, I was torn about this one, but I feel pretty good about Matthew Stafford and those guys, the NFC West champs, moving on. That's a dangerous team that – they can come up and bite you. They play their A game. They can beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? They can.
Yeah, if their defense were a little bit better, I think I would lean more to them. But
I don't see them winning 4 games in a row. But I could see them winning 1 or 2 games and surprising some people. But coming up short. Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Speaking of surprises, no surprises here. Jerod Guarantano. The Huskers moves on, wins it 21-0 with the Detroit Lions. Your thoughts on his workman-like performance here, heading into a really big showdown next week against the 6 times.
Excellent game. Even better defense from you than usual, Huskers. But a really good matchup. I'm pretty mad that we didn't get the opportunity to talk about next week's matchup with you and OG. That should have took up a segment of time, honestly, just because that's going to be a monster game. But right. I'm super excited for next week, buddy. Good game tonight. Excited to keep it rolling.
Well, speaking of next week, Andrea Richmond, she's standing by with Fear the Huskers, and that matchup, it's going to be spicy, Rich?
Well, plenty to fear next week, but this week, nothing to fear, Huskers. You did a great job, and usually, or at least last year with last Madden, I remember your motto was bend, don't break. Guess what? You hardly bent. You didn't even break at all. Tell me, how are you able to pitch a shutout here?
This game was pretty simple. He didn't really pass the ball much. I think he ended up at 30 passing yards. I was able to force some turnovers, and I kind of just limited the run game, got some stops in the red zone.
Do you find it easier to play defense in this Madden versus last couple years?
Not really. I feel like it's still pretty easy to score. The zones definitely react the worst they've ever done, but they added the new switch stick feature, which makes it kind of easy to jump around on defense. So it's easier to get turnovers, but kind of harder to get stops in like 4 series of downs.
Yeah, I remember you talking about the switch. It didn't work out last week, but obviously it worked out this week. Got some turnovers here, and guess what? You're going to need it going into next week. We can talk about that later. Right now, let's talk to Larry and Jarrett to close this thing on out.
Yeah, Huskers, man, it's almost like an option team. You know, a team that likes to run the ball. You get them behind the sticks, you get them down by 2 or 3 scores, and it's over. They can't throw the ball. Is that how it felt to you once you got up, like, especially once you went up 2 scores? I was like, ooh, man, there might only be 2 possessions left. He has to play perfectly and flawlessly or it's going to be over.
Yeah, you know, the offense that he was in it's definitely a run-heavy offense, even though it's a shotgun bunch that he was in. It's mostly predicated on, like, outside zone and inside zone and then some shot plays. So once he got down by a lot, I kind of just knew he was going to be throwing deep, and I got a few turnovers that way.
All right. It's all about next week, man. You're a 5-time champ. OG2K has been running shop, wrecking shop the last few months while you've been on hiatus. He's a 6-time champ. How do you feel heading into this matchup? How are you going to win this? Because I'm assuming that you're confident that you'll take this, correct?
We'll see. You know, he's really good at the game. You know, he's got the Ravens, which are probably the best team in the game too. So, you know, it's going to be tough. You know, I'm running around with Hendon Hooker, so we'll see how he does next week.
A former volunteer?
Yeah, former volunteer. But he's been doing all right for me. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll try and shorten the game. And hopefully, you know, it's just close to the end. We'll find a way.
That sounds like some excuse making right there. He's got the better team.
Hey,
Lamar's a cheat code in this game, so it's going to be tough.
Go ahead, Andrew. What were you about to say?
May the switches be in your favor because you're going to need it with the Hendon Hooker, man. Just up and down the field. Go ahead, get those turnovers. You'll need it.
Okay, well, at least you know what the game plan is to make this thing close and competitive. And look, if you had to play, which team would you like to pick?
I would choose the Ravens for sure. You know, Derrick Henry, he's like impossible to tackle. Lamar Jackson's like Mike Vick out there, so you know, definitely the Ravens.
Well, you know what? Next season, it'll be flipped. You'll probably get the better team, and we'll see. So you can always lean on that. So, yeah, we'll make sure. I think that'll be the case next season. So, no, actually, you'll be AFC next year, next season. And he'll be NFC. So there you go. All right, man. Well, lab up, man, and appreciate it, man. And we'll see you next week live here on a Tuesday night. Stick and stay, guys. That fourth quarter is brought to you. And the post-game show brought to you by good friends at River City Gaming. Check them out, gamewithrc.com. They're in Rahway, New Jersey, right there on Main Street in downtown Rahway, New Jersey. Beautiful gaming center. Shout out to my guy, Jerod Mayo, the owner there. Also used to work at the NFL Network, man, doing some great things with that beautiful gaming facility there. Man, they're open 7 days a week, man, until 11 p.m., man. They got sports games. Then, of course, they got video games and VR virtual reality. They got all of the consoles, Xbox, PS5, and PCs. They got some also some older games as well, man. Some really cool games, all the new things as well. Plenty of snacks and things of that nature, so you can eat and stay hydrated while you're there. Check them out, gamewithrc.com. Video games, sports games, and everything in between. In Rahway, New Jersey, gamewithrc.com will be live next Tuesday. During the show for the Super Bowl on the 3rd Tuesday. All right, folks, if you want to get into our Mad League, you can join us now. Go to competeforever.com/Mad League. It's free entry, free $99. You just can get it up all online and with cash and other browsers. Once again, join us, competeforever.com/Mad League. Also, if you want to win some of that or get a piece of that $1.7 million, EA Sports MCS Madden Championship Series, the LCQ, last chance qualifier. The ladder's this weekend. All-out elimination also this weekend and early next week as well. You can join them and find out more information and register at MaddenChampionship.com. Once again, for more information, go to MaddenChampionship.com. All right, that was the second hour of Power. It was fun being here live here at El Agua Restaurant here, the Golden Eagle in Vail, New Jersey. For the Huskers, going to be a big-time matchup next week against the 6-time champ. OG2K should be fun with the Lions and the Ravens. Andrew Richmond, you can almost find her in the A, right, A-Rich?
Hey, yo, come on now. Hopefully not in the snow like I have back here. It might be 17 inches, so let's hope not. Okay.
We're going to be watching you this weekend, Friday and Saturday, with the snow down south. There's my guy, Jerod Guarantano, the former volunteer quarterback and NFL quarterback. JG, where are you at in Jersey? You in Saddlewood?
Bergen County, yeah, I'm up top, about 10 minutes from the city.
Okay.
Hey, it snowed quite a bit over here, not as much as where Andrea's at right now, though. Right?
Well, I'm in Hudson County. I'm in Bayonne, right next to Jersey City, so we got like a dust. Yeah. But we'll see. I think snow's supposed to head our way on Saturday morning, so we'll all be watching it and checking our forecast. But we'll see you next week, guys, live from River City Gaming on a Tuesday, the championship, Super Bowl, and also third place game, season 77. We'll see you guys. Thanks for watching us live here on Valley Live, Stadium Sports Network, Rock Stadium Sports App, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll see you next weekend, guys. Have a great week.